there! Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Teddy.
Today we're learning how to make our very own flags with Drag Queen Story Hour.
Yay!
Queer Kid Stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff. You ready, Teddy?
Ready, Lindsay.
Okay, let's bring in the queens. Hello!
Hi! I'm Harmonica.
And I'm Reverend Yolanda, and we're here to teach you how to make pride flags.
Oh, awesome. Before we get started, Teddy has a few questions for you.
What are your pronouns and how do you identify?
My pronouns are she and her, and I identify as Harmonica.
Yes, and I'm also she and her, and I identify as trans femme genderqueer.
Awesome. All right, let's learn how to make our pride flags.
Now, great. Before we start making the flags, Yolanda and I brought some examples just so you can see how it's done, and in the end, you'll have your own pride flag.
Yay! And I identify as trans, so I made a trans pride flag. It's just a little bit different than the rainbow flag.
There are lots of different pride flags, Teddy. There's a bi-pride flag, and an intersex pride flag, and pansexual pride flag, non-binary pride flag.
Is there a bear pride flag?
Well, technically yes, but let's stick with the rainbow flag today, Teddy.
Now, let's gather our supplies. First, you'll need colored construction paper and scissors.
And make sure you have a grown-up help you with the scissors.
And we'll probably need glue and some sticks. Yes.
Beautiful. So for step 2, you want to pick the colors that you want for your flag and cut them into very thick strips, sort of like this.
Lindsay, can you help me with the scissors? I don't have thumbs.
Of course, Teddy.
Now line the colors up in the order that you want them and get your glue stick out.
So now we're going to line up all the pieces of the flag together. So take your glue stick and carefully put glue on one half of your strip, like that. And then take the next strip in line and stick it on top of the gluey part of the first strip. There you go. Now the 2 strips are stuck together.
And keep doing that until all your strips are glued together like this.
Oh, like the one you have?
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful. Well, now you need to take out your sticks and glue the sticks to the colors of the construction paper.
Okay. And all you have to do is glue the stick to the flag and you're done. Let the glue dry for a few minutes and you're done.
Yeah.
I made my very own pride flag.
Yay!
Thank you so much for teaching us how to make our very own pride flags.
Of
You're
course.
welcome.
You're so welcome.
Awesome. The instructions for this craft are on our Instagram at Queer Kid Stuff. We're spreading queer joy this month, so I wanted to thank Harmonica and Yolanda for helping us spread queer joy with Drag Queen Story Hour. And if you like my shirt, you can get it down below just by clicking the link. And that's it for us today.
We'll see you next time at Queer Kid Stuff.
Bye.
You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff. And Rainbow Storytime! Hi friends, welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Linz. And I'm Teddy! And this is Rainbow Storytime, where we read our favorite LGBTQ+ picture books for all of you, our friends. It is officially October, which is our second favorite month of the year, because it's LGBTQ+ History Month. Yay! Teddy, I have a question for you today. What is it, Linz? Have you ever seen a rainbow flag before? Like this one? Yeah, of course I've seen a rainbow flag before, Linz. I'm so glad. I love seeing rainbow flags flying all year round. And today we are going to be reading about how the rainbow flag came to be. Did you know that someone invented the rainbow flag? No way! That's so cool! Well, we're gonna meet them when we read this story. Today we're reading Sewing the Rainbow, the story of Gilbert Baker and the rainbow flag. Gilbert Baker, that's who invented the rainbow flag. Gilbert Baker. I'm so excited to meet Gilbert! Me too. I'm so excited to introduce you. All right, Teddy, are you ready? I'm ready, Linz. Okay, let's read.
Sewing the Rainbow, The Story of Gilbert Baker and the Rainbow Flag by Gail E. Pittman, illustrated by Holly Clifton Brown. All right. This is read with permission by Imagination Press. In a small town in Kansas, where everything was gray and dull and flat, there was a little boy who was full of color and sparkle and glitter. His name was Gilbert. That's him right there. That's Gilbert. Gilbert loved visiting his grandmother's clothing store. He'd sit next to her while she sewed and draw beautiful gowns and costumes. Gilbert dreamed of someday bringing these drawings to life. Look at all those cool fabrics there. Let's see. Gilbert's grandma seems pretty cool. But one day, his father took away his art supplies and tore up his drawings. Oh no, that's not very nice. Surrounded by building blocks and erector sets, sports gear and slingshots, Gilbert's colorful, sparkly, glittery personality started to fade, and he too became gray and dull and flat, just like the Kansas landscape. When I grow up, he dreamed, I'll go somewhere that's filled with color. I wonder where Gilbert will go. But that didn't happen. Instead, when Gilbert turned 18, he received a letter that knocked every last bit of sparkle out of him. Oh no, poor Gilbert. Gilbert hated his dull, flat uniform, and he refused to shoot the gun they gave him. I won't do it, he said. I'm not going to carry a gun. They made him do push-ups. They called him ugly names. But Gilbert wouldn't budge. The idea of shooting a gun made him feel sick. So, they sent him to San Francisco, where he would never have to pick up a gun again. Ooh, and look at all the colors in San Francisco. Maybe this is the place that Gilbert was dreaming about. Let's see. Oh my gosh, he looks so much happier there. The day Gilbert arrived in San Francisco, he saw magic. Instead of the gray, dull, flat landscape of Kansas, there were rolling green hills, the shimmering blue bay, and a cool white fog wafting over the Golden Gate Bridge. Look at the Golden Gate Bridge. Gilbert was home. Finally, he could breathe. He could be his colorful, sparkly, glittery self. Look at how happy Gilbert is. He thought about his grandmother's clothing store. He thought about the drawings his father tore up. And he realized he wanted all of that back. So Gilbert taught himself to sew, and he created fabulous costumes, just like the ones he drew when he was a little boy. Look at Gilbert go! Look at all those cool fabrics, just like his grandma. Word got around fast. He sewed regalia for Mama Jose and her imperial court. He sewed costumes for famous singers like Sylvester. These look like they're so cool. Look at those costumes. He sewed banners for protests, marches, and rallies. Gilbert's creations were everywhere. He was making the city more and more colorful by the day. Look at those. Love, not hate, peace. I love all of the colors, don't you? There was just one thing that continued to blemish their beautiful city. It was a symbol that in Gilbert's community was a constant reminder of evil. We need a new logo, his friend Harvey said to him one day, and Gilbert got an idea. Ooh, that is an awesome person too. That is Harvey Milk. And he was friends with Gilbert Baker. And they got this idea. Let's see what happens. I think there's a little clue right there. He bought huge bolts of cotton fabric, buckets of dye, and a lot of thread. Then he gathered up all his friends and got to work. They cut the fabric into long strips, dyed them in big trash cans, then headed to the local laundromat to rinse and dry the strips. They ironed the creases so the fabric was nice and smooth. Then Gilbert began to sew. They worked until dawn. Oh my goodness, so much work to do. Look at all the fabric and the thread and the dye and how they had to put the strips in the giant garbage cans and how they went to the laundromat and they had to iron out all of those wrinkles. Whoa. By the time the sun rose, Gilbert and his friends had created 2 beautiful rainbow flags, but their work wasn't over. A flag belongs in the wind, Gilbert said. The big day arrived. A crowd gathered around City Hall. Gilbert held his breath. Would people understand his flags? Let's see. Whoa! Up they went. The flags unfurled, flooding the city with a spectrum of colors. The city radiated with color and sparkle and glitter. And the crowd lit up like gold at the end of the rainbow. Whoa! Oh, that is so cool. Today, the rainbow flag is everywhere, even in the small town of Kansas, where Gilbert grew up. Wherever you see a rainbow flag, you'll know that it's okay to be your colorful, sparkly, glittery self. Just like Gilbert wanted it, right? And that is the end. That was Sewing the Rainbow, the story of Gilbert Baker and the Rainbow Flag by Gail E. Pittman and illustrated by Holly Clifton Brown, read with permission from Imagination Press.
Oh my gosh, that was an awesome story. Did you like that, Teddy? I loved it! We learned all about Gilbert Baker and how he invented the rainbow flag that we know and love today. All right, my friends, we have lots more LGBTQ plus History Month themed videos coming out for you the rest of this month, so keep an eye out. We're also running a Kickstarter campaign for the very first Queer Kid Stuff coloring book. Oh my gosh, a coloring book, Lens? Yes, we're making our very first Queer Kid Stuff coloring book. So all you gotta do, grown-ups, head over to the link in our description or our website, all of those places, and you can get your very own Queer Kid Stuff coloring book. As always, you can hang out with me and Teddy every week at Rainbow Storytime. Join the fun. We sing, we read books, we show and tell together and build community. It is an absolute blast, and you get to hang out with me and Teddy every week. All right, until next time, we'll see you at Storytime. Bye, friends. Bye, friends.